You're up.
Who are we missing?
There, if you don't think.
Okay,
But he's not on this committee.
okay, perfect. Okay, Tuesday, June 16th, 5 o'clock. Call to order. Have the approval of the agenda, please. Brian? Linda, thank you. Declaration of pecuniary interest. Nobody. So Safety, Security and Health Committee minutes of May the 19th, 2026. Did I have some of those? John? Please, and Linda, second. You're good? Okay. Anybody questions, comments from the last set of minutes? Okay, anybody opposed? No, good. Delegations? No, just some lovely people though in the crowd. It's nice to see guys. Actually, nice to see everybody in uniform. Okay. Sue, old business, emergency management flood report.
Yeah, so not too much to report, just that MMH, Municipal Affairs and Housing was here tonight, so we visited some flood sites and they took all their information they need for the community rail funding the program that they might start up. So I think that's still in the process. I haven't heard whether they are at this point, so they were just collecting from the island. They were here for 2 days on visiting on sites. Big good. So some houses, businesses, and
Still no idea on when we'll have a debriefing meeting.
no, Denise is wrapping up all the information I've given her on that, and she had some more information to add, and we will be having that soon. Yeah, we'd like to get that done soon. Kind of wanted to know what was, just MMH, what they were doing to finalize in our debriefing. So, also there was funding possibility through Hydro One, $25,000 emergency management funding for just a list of many different types of examples they have for emergency management. It does end June 30th, as they opened it June 1st, so they don't give you much time to do this. So if it runs through, committee and council wants me to look into this and apply, I do my best to apply in the time we, so I can do that if you're all okay with that.
I think so. So I think that'd be awesome if you could do that.
Yeah.
Yep. Just be busy as a beaver, right?
Busy.
Richard?
My understanding with that provincial funding, that there had to be a dollar amount that we had to reach before we qualified.
Oh, for the trail?
Yeah.
Well, so that would be for the municipal funding. So when we aren't close to what we would need.
Well, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
So
So-
changed.
Yeah, no, for the municipality to apply for funding, we will not be, from what I understand, because we didn't come close to what we need. So this is for community members to apply for funding individually. And there are some people, I realize that there are a lot of seniors who aren't on the computer so I have a list of people who will need some assistance. They need paper forms, they need help with getting pictures and so on. So I've offered to help them with that.
What about our businesses? I know we have businesses that lost a lot of money.
Absolutely.
And insurance isn't covering some of
Yeah.
that too, so is there going to be sort of a funding coming down for that?
It's all the same,
It's all the
so,
same.
yeah, residential places, businesses, and we did visit, I know, Adam at Jake's gave a great tour of his whole area, his business and his house, so it was very good at helping out with that.
Any other questions from any councilors? I guess a motion to accept your report, Sue, and also to look for the funding.
Yes, I think
Or-
that could be,
Okay.
wait, Denise, do we need a motion for the funding? No, but just at least
For just correction, just, we'll just do instructions and stuff, so.
Okay,
Okay.
so a motion for the report though?
Yes.
John and Richard, yeah, perfect, thanks, guys. Okay, nothing in the new business, Correspondence, Manitoulin Partners for Water Safety email, correspondence of June 7th, 2026, regarding creation of a bylaw enforcement of life jacket and personal flotation devices while on the water. Would somebody please make a motion to accept that? Thank you, John. First motion to receive, Linda, perfect. Do you know what I'd like to do with that? Can I have a comment on that?
Oh, what? What the heck is this? Because they're saying, oh, well, yeah, there's a law that you gotta have them on the boat, but there's no law that you have to wear them. So we're going to make a bylaw that tells people that, oh, you have to wear your life jacket on a boat. Are you nuts? Like, they want something like that, tell the OPP to do it,
But
or
they-
the MNR.
They are.
Like, come on, like.
Yeah.
It's not a municipal responsibility. I don't know who came up with this, but, holy chocolate.
Brian?
Doesn't matter, you could pass 10 bylaws, but since we only have one bylaw off
That's right.
to, fat chance of enforcing this.
Yep.
And also, I don't think there isn't a law enforcement agency over here that doesn't have a nice big boat. Let them join together and go out there and they can do a cruise all day and enforce this thing.
I think
So leave us alone.
I think Sue wants a boat. That's what she
My
threw it in there.
boat.
She wants a boat.
I
She
know
can
what that
boat around.
responsibility though.
It'll have to be a pontoon boat.
Fishing.
I don't like that stuff.
So what about, okay, I'm gonna throw this out there too, but the sign, is anybody in favor of we putting up another sign that people don't read?
No.
No, okay, good.
Why?
All right, information only. The 8B, Town of Wyoming email correspondence, May 23rd, 2026, resolution for sustainable provincial grant funding for fire services in Ontario. We have a motion to accept that, please. Well, you know what?
Motion to accept.
Yeah.
Motion to accept. Well. Yeah.
Why don't we
This one's
ask our,
pretty important, so,
why don't we ask our fire chief what he thinks of this? He's
okay.
here.
Bill, what do you think?
Right?
Should we,
Probably hasn't even read it.
Well,
Reading my notes, I didn't hear it, sorry.
If I may, Madam Chair,
yes,
what they're talking about is that our firefighters have to do a substantial amount of training now. We have to increase our funding this year for training by a lot of money. And there are grants out there, but they're not guaranteed. And 75% of the firefighters in Ontario are volunteer firefighters. Yeah, small municipalities are having to flip the bill for a pile of training that the government is now mandating. We've seen an increase of what, I had 60,000 this year, I think it was. We had to put extra in our budget. There's some ones that actually went through the training and passed. We hope, I think they did. And if the government wants to mandate this training, I think they need to have funding that goes with it. Municipalities just can't afford this all on their own. We will be surpassing 100,000 in training probably next year. And just training, certification training that they have to have so that we can provide fire service for our municipality. We have the volunteers that want to train, but that's a lot of money to spend on training and certification. So I think we need to be supporting this motion and coming up with a motion of our own and going after the government and the fire marshal's office to put a funding stream out there yearly. They mandated it, so.
I also think that you should read that resolution to Phil, so he knows what we're talking about. This little bit here.
Yeah.
They want us to support.
okay, so is that what we were, everybody's in favor of just having Sue send that little part in to support?
You can ask Phil, I think you read it now, and he'll tell you.
Well, yeah, but Sue will, writing it up to send it. Are you okay with that?
There's a lot of demands. on us with no support. So I support what Derek
Okay.
said.
So we want to do
Please,
the resolution also,
could
yeah,
you?
Yep.
It'll look better if we do our own letter.
yes.
I
absolutely.
think.
Yeah, I'd rather, like Richard said in the last meeting, I'd rather we come up with our own resolution to send in, other than supporting somebody else's.
So we need a motion for it.
Yeah. Give a motion.
John will give you the motion. Do you wanna read this, what it's supposed to?
No, I'll leave it up to Sue to throw it out there with teeth in it, right?
Yes.
Right. Right.
This thing here should also include our MPP. I don't think he's on here,
It'll be on the email,
not on the back.
Not our local.
yeah,
MPP.
we'll have ours.
So,
I'll
so
do
we
my
need-
best.
Yeah.
we need to add it on here.
Draft our motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then CC's all the rest of it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So who seconded that motion, I'm sorry?
I think Linda will.
I did.
Thanks, Linda. And you're okay with that one? Sue? Great. I'm home, right? Okay. Okay, Manitoulin Sudbury District Service Board email correspondence regarding the 2026 first quarter activity report, May 21st, 2026. Is there a motion to accept that report?
John, give you that motion.
Thanks, John. Richard or Brian? You'll second that?
I will.
Thank you. Everybody's read that? Anybody opposed to it? Anybody notice that how many shortage of housing there? How many people are looking?
883.
Yep. Any other comments? Any? Okay, we'll move on to the Northeastern Manitoulin and the Islands email correspondence of June the 3rd, 2026. Resolution number 133-06, 2026, regarding research identifying that Ontario hospitals are underfunded by the government of Ontario. Whoa. I'm surprised that they just discovered that. Sorry, guys, I just, okay. Brian?
This total comes to as a total surprise to me. That the provincial hospitals around here are underfunded.
All right,
Sorry. tongue in
Okay.
cheek.
that's fine. So can we just, okay, we'll just say that for information, or, sorry.
Motion to receive?
Yeah, motion to receive, I was just gonna say information or whatever.
Jesus Christ.
Anybody else have any comment on that?
I was just saying if he was,
Oh, are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay, John will do it.
Sure.
Brian, you'll second that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to answer that, or can we just leave it?
Well, I'm not one, I just hate sending these here motions off to government, and then I know where they go most of the time, but it's another one. We know that we have a hospital here in our municipality, the same as what Nimi does. But we know it's underfunded. All you have to do is talk to staff and they'll tell you it's underfunded. So I think we need to be supporting this resolution and firing, same thing, firing one off of our own to go forward and our MPs. Because we have a good hospital here.
Mhm.
We have a hard time with recruitment, but we're working on that. Council's paying for it and helping with it and everything else, but if we lose our hospital here because there's not enough money out there to support it, that's a bad thing in our municipality, so I think we need to be screaming the line loud and clear that they need to have better funding.
Okay. I don't wanna answer that, so we wanna just send the
Yeah.
same one out just with our,
yeah, but I could do the same thing for sure.
okay.
So
And
do
actually,
we need,
it just can read the same. the whole
Yeah.
thing, just from,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
should- yeah.
we'll create that. So do we need another motion for that? Or are we? I'm not sure. The current motion standing
Was to receive
To-
that one.
to receive it. So I think we can still receive that and then a motion.
To answer
To.
it, or to support it.
That's why.
Yeah. I'll make
Brian?
that motion.
Okay, thank you. Linda, you second that? Okay, then. Ontario Provincial Police Criminal Offense Summary printed. 21/05/25. Could I please have someone accept that report? Brian, you'll accept it?
Yeah.
Okay, you second it? Okay, perfect. Any comments?
They're busy,
All right.
they're busy.
83 pages of it.
Hmm. When's your next meeting, Brian? With them?
Next month, I do believe.
Do you, can I ask, can you make a comment or can you ask?
I can make all kinds of.
Okay. Do you know what I've noticed, and Sue and I talked about this, is that there's kids out here in the parking lot, quite a few of them without helmets. And under the age of 18, they're supposed to be wearing helmets. So is there anyhow, any way they could come and just kind of do a run through some night?
They need to have a clinic put on with the OPP on bicycle safety.
When?
Work here.
But it hasn't already happened.
It's gonna be in the arena, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It rains.
Yeah.
But that doesn't fix the problem of kids having to wear helmets.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just, I don't know, it just bothers me to no end. Because concussions are one of the worst things you can ever have. And it's
Right
not just
now-
one or two kids, there's 5 or 6 or 7, and they're doing wheelies and they're doing all sorts of
I
things.
can bring it up at the meeting as a comment, like a
Okay,
complaint from the municipality. That there's been complaints, but I've also brought up other complaints too, and
they just,
it's just like, what do you get for $600,000?
okay, Sue?
If you like, I could mention it to an officer.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, so,
And maybe you, between the two of you,
pardon?
maybe between you and Sue, it might. And maybe it's a fruitless thing, but I don't know, I just
No,
cringe.
it's selective, or it's selective by them.
Mm.
We didn't have to wear a helmet when we were very young.
Hell, we didn't, never mind.
Okay, any other comments on that report? Okay, we can move on to the highlight of the whole meeting.
Oh,
You know what? You know, I always like hearing what is going on. And tonight you have support staff. So is that a good thing or are they,
it's very good thing.
okay,
Well, let me by start, I wrote down, because I'm not always off the cuff, so I wrote down what I would like to say, I hope I can keep track. Okay, because I didn't send in a written. Well, let me start by saying good afternoon. These past 6 months have been busy, and I don't mean just with fire codes, but I mean for the department and my guys. The past months have, as far as calls, we have had 2 fire calls. One was a false alarm, and the second, I'm sure everybody heard, was about the structural fire. So as far as fire calls, we've been pretty good, quiet, can I say. That's pretty much all that's happened in the month as far as fire department calls. So if there's any questions before we go on. Okay. Next is to answer the questions about the mutual aid. I know last SSH, we had a few questions about the mutual aid plan. I've got a couple quick little answers, but we will get the final answers, once we start up in August. The first question that was put to me last was about what is the fire coordinator? That is a new name. It's still our mutual aid coordinators, which is our fire chiefs out of, the Signac, Wayne Elliott. He's our chief fire coordinator now. And Michael Addison is our deputy fire coordinator. They used to be called mutual aid coordinators. But the question was asked, do we have to have one on every fire scene? The fire coordinators are there if the fire chiefs need help at a scene or to get resources or stuff like that. That's all a fire coordinator is. So that's what that is. It's all about mutual aid, because that's what this plan is about. Automatic aid. Because pretty much every single person or every single department on the island is partnered with the mutual aid. There is no automatic aid per se, especially pertaining to us, because, you know, we have, you know, our neighboring townships, they're part of the mutual aid, so it doesn't come into, there to affect us as far as automatic aid. If there was be a question about automatic aid, for example, for any of our neighboring township, that's pretty much all we would do. The council would direct me to take questions to our fire coordinator, and he would take the questions, and with the assistance of the Ontario Fire Marshals and our representative, they would put the questions to the neighboring township about if they meet the requirements or if they are not meeting the mutual aid agreement. So then they would present them with, you know, a solution. But that would be directed from you guys to me to the fire coordinator for the mutual aid or automatic aid agreement type things. As far as any the third question was about agreements. I believe Derek, you brought it up about agreements with a certain couple areas that we have with neighboring townships. I've talked to a few chiefs, and as far as we know, and I haven't put it to the staff yet to look, but it's just been a verbal with our former fire chief and the former fire chiefs before that. It's just been a verbal agreement. If we are closer, than, let's say, Nemi to one of their fires, we would, you know, get calls, say, hey, Phil, you know, can we respond? So it's mostly been agreements before. I was still looking into it. I have my fire coordinators looking into that, and I will ask Sue maybe to find out if there is any written agreement. But as far as I know, Michael Addison and Dwayne Elliott doesn't know of any written automatic agreements going to a fire first before like another township. So those are the three questions, and that was asked to me last, well, the mutual aid. Aside from that, if there's any other questions, you know, I'd be happy to write it down and, you know, get some more answers. But as far as the mutual aid, that's all the answers I've got in questions. That's that part.
Through 911, when somebody phones in a fire, so it goes to the call center, the dispatch center. Say it was Marianne Road, which is actually Nemi.
Yes.
Would that come to us automatically or go to Nemi?
It would go to Nemi, and then the fire chief in Nemi would call me for mutual aid. We've had quite a few things, on the far west side, Gore Bay is right close to us, and, people say, oh, I just went by the fire, Gore Bay Fire Hall, but they're actually in Central, and we had this last summer, an auto accident, and Michael Addison, he knew it was our township. He was already on the road, he came here, he contained the scene, but as he was coming, he called me, so we put a tone out, but he still came, and then we took over the scene after that. So, us as the chiefs, we have an agreement that, you know, we know, you know, we'll ask questions after the fact. Because, you know, life's more important than making a mistake, right? We'd rather go there and, you know, do it, and then we'll figure out what went wrong or what didn't go wrong. Because a lot of times right now, it's working good. You know, the chiefs on the islands have been here long enough that we know our area, and we know that, hey, we're closer than Nemi. We'll go there, right?
It might be something to look into at the tax centers though, and your chief's meeting to just, there's a fire there, just automatically brings here, like, saves they gotta call you, da 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 da, it could be something to look into.
I did bring that up with Michael Addison and Wayne Elliott, the fire coordinators, and they are gonna look into that, because how much does 911 put on their plate to, you know, because there's been a few times where, not that it was an accident, but too many people called in and one fire in Jigane, every single fire department pulled into Jigane for one fire, right? Because too many people called in from on their cell phones, right? So they are going to look into that, and because of that incident in Jigane, too many fire departments came down to Jigane all at once. So they're going to look into that, how to, you know, if it's not on paper, but they're going to look into see what they can do for these type of agreements.
Any other questions for Phil? Anybody? Anything else, Phil? Oh, sorry, Richard.
I did see an awful lot of training going on in the last week or two. Is that still coming in your
This is still
report?
coming. That's why I wrote down.
Go ahead.
So if you can bear with me. I'd like to talk about the training we just finished, and there we go. So this past couple weekends, this past weekend and then 2 weekends ago, we did our first set of firefighters, 10 of them, did the exterior attack program. We are the pilot in all of Ontario for exterior attack program with the Auto X add-on. So it was great for the Ontario Fire College to, you know, commit to us being the pilot program, and I think it went off very well. I'm getting off topic, but First Central now has 3 fire instructors. We finished the course, what, maybe 2 months ago. No worries. So Central now has 3 fire instructor ones. A couple months ago, I had a course come up before the exterior, and 3 of my guys, they finished the course and they passed. So right now, with the standards today, we have 3 fire instructors for Central. Firefighter 1. So next step is firefighter 2, firefighter 3, and so on, right? So, but this is just the beginning. But the main thing that took place for the last couple weekends was our Auto X. And it's the exterior attack with the auto. It was a fabulous course. It started with 40 hours online. And the online, for most of us, was a hard pill to swallow. As you know, aside from a few of our firefighters, we're all not very computer literate. I'm one of them, right? But we all did it. We all did the course. You had to pass the online course to take the next step. So every single person on the fire department has passed the course. So, and then these past few weekends, we did the practical work, and it was 6 days, 6 full days of practical. And it was long 6 days. It was hard 6 days. They weren't able to fall asleep because that's how hard it was. It was all hands on. They were busy, and they did so many different skills. And if I can just run down just bullet point of the skills that they had to do this past few weekends, I'd love to stress how hard they worked and how much they had to learn or relearn, right? And I wrote down, and it's a bullet point there. So first of all, it was ladders, climbing a ladder. We don't think of them, but we have to be trained to their standards now. Okay, so we had to do ladders. We had to do leg locks on ladder. We had to do ladder, pulling the hose up ladder. not full of water. Then we had to do ladders, pulling hose up that was full of water. So that was 3 different types we had to do, right? Then they had to do hydrants and how to work hydrant and how to lay a line to a hydrant. Then they had to do auto glass, right, or auto X. They had to break the glass, cut the doors off. Then we had to do cribbing to support the door, the car, right? Then we had to do donning and doffing. Donning means putting on and doffing means taking off your bunker gear. Probably about what, I would say at least 50, 60 times in the course of those 2 weekends. That's a lot of times putting on, taking off, putting on, and it was timed. We had to do it within a certain amount of time. Then they learned about incident command. Then they had to learn about communication radios. Then they learned about how to do a proper mayday. Then they had to learn about the SCBA, which is self-contained breathing apparatus. Then they had to learn about the bottles. Then they had to learn about managing a scene or setting up a scene when it just come on. Then they had to learn about fire extinguishers. Then they had to learn about the live fire, about how to approach a car on a 45-degree angle. Then they had to learn about the Class B fuels in case there's diesel fuel. Then they had to learn about a rehab center, right? Then on the final day was the Sunday, this past Sunday, it was the skill test. And the skill test involved, again, donning and doffing your bunker gear and the decon. Then the SCBA cleaning. Then they had to do about the arriving on scene and how to make it safe. Then they had to do parts of Auto X all over again. And then they had to relay or learn how to do a forward lay of a 2.5-inch hose. And then after all that, then they had their exam at the end. And I am so proud of my guys. I'm getting goosebumps. It was so stressful for me and my guys, because this is the first time that we had all of them come up with a new format, and we did not know what to expect. My guys trained so hard, and they walked out of them, every single one of these guys here, and there was 10 of them. They walked out, and they said, and I looked at them and said, how'd it go? And they all put up their hands, high five. If I didn't get 100%, I maybe got 2 wrong. And I was so proud of them. This course was a pilot course. We did not know what to expect. We trained. Jeff, my deputy, every single week we trained. He brought in his book. We did quizzes every single week for 6 months. So this past 6 months was stressful for all my guys, myself, my deputy, and we see the light. And this course, did we learn anything new? Yes, we did. Did we learn more techniques? Yes, we did. But the best thing I think we learned is our confidence. And our confidence in knowing that we know the stuff and we know what to do when we show up on a fire. And when getting back to our fire that we had, the structural fire, in our subdivision, I was busy doing a lot of phone calls and OFM, and one of my captains was the IC, and I was listening to the radio, and they were already, after 1 week of this course, putting in practice what they learned. They show up, they put it on the BAs, they're talking on the radio, what they were taught. They're being organized, and they look so professional. After just 1 week of course, and then after the exam, with having in this subdivision, we don't have many fires around a subdivision, but in the subdivision, we had like 50 to 100 people standing around. We contained the scene, we were so professional, and I had quite a few people saying, you guys did a good job. And I put that to my guys putting forth the effort, their time, and keeping going. Because at any time, any one of them could have stopped and said, I'm done. And I appreciate their effort and their time they're giving to me to be their chief and for what they've done, and it's not over. And when I say it's not over, we talked about the funding. going forward. The timeline is gonna change, cause it's never written in stone, but going forward, September, October, I have the rest of my guys, about 6 to 7 guys, finish up the exterior attack program. So that will make us all compliant to the exterior attack. November, December, we would like to carry on with the passenger auto X, meaning we are fully certified to do auto X, which means upside down in a ditch or anything, right? January, February, we would do the hazmat operations because we need that, because we have a hospital, 2 arenas here. We have an ammunition building, Williamson, that holds ammunition, right? March and April, we would like to do the bridge program if they have it up from exterior to interior program. And then going forward, we have guys who will want to go from just firefighters to officers. So we've done a lot of training. We're gonna be finishing up with the exterior, but going forward, we got a lot more to do. My guys over there, my guys have my back and I support them and they support me and I'm so proud of them for what they've done and how well they've done it. That's my report.
Well done, Phil. Thank you. I,
And you still got guys going this weekend to go to bed.
I have 2 more guys going this weekend because they were committed, so they said. So instead of waiting till September, I have 2 of my captains going to go away to the course in Gorbay.
awesome.
Phil was totally stressed out because I seen him every night at the golf course. He's right off of wall 3 in the hot tub with his wife bringing him a couple of beers. I could tell he was stressed.
When my guys came out of the exam, and the look on the faces, my stress level has gone down. It makes me feel good.
Brian?
Every time I went by the fire hall over here, there was always something going on. The old wrecks, and I think they're still there, and,
Tour
the fire, yeah, the fire trucks, and that's all, used to see a lot of you guys out running around, and, it was marvelous seeing you guys working. I know that it was an effort, being away from your families too, so thank you very much.
I'm proud of them. Thank you.
I am too, because I've been there and done that, and now I'm sitting here and I support you 100%, and we'll try to find you the funding to keep on going. That's off to you. I know it's a big stretch.
Well,
Thanks for being
thanks
a
to
leader,
you,
Phil.
Phil, all the guys, and they're your backbones, and as long as the backbones are working, the rest of the system works.
I'm not a fire department of 1.
No, good teamwork and a good leader. Thanks, Phil.
I know if anybody wants to stop in when they're having a practice, they'll show you what they're doing too. It is quite interesting watching them.
We are well every Thursday.
Yeah. They're playing dodgeball in their SCBA's the one night when I was there. Trying to figure out who they were gonna throw the ball at, and I thought it was me, so.
Can I have a motion, please, to accept that Phil's report, Brian, John, thank you. Next, animal control report, May 2026. Nothing. Anybody? I don't have it, Sue.
I was just noticing in my file, I wonder if I send it by
You
email.
have it too? Nobody has it, so
I-
it's okay.
Yeah,
Did you
I
just-
apologize because I'm looking through my file and I know everybody got it through email, but it's not either it got lost, their printer's been acting up and it.
You remember what it was?
Hmm?
Do you remember what it was?
I don't
We
have it
could,
on.
we could just August.
You said
We'll
it.
put it forward to August.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, that's fine, let's do that.
Yeah, okay. All right, August it is. So 10, financial business, year-to-date revenue and expense report ending May 31st, 2026. Anybody have any questions on that?
Put it on the floor, Madam Chair.
Oh, sorry, Linda, Brian? Okay. Any questions then?
What's the budget for the fire department?
I'm doing good.
Hmm, was gonna say, not putting fires out on the numbers, or put any fires out on the numbers.
Best bang for your buck.
Okay, no questions, good. So then the last, number 11, do I have an adjournment, please? Brian, John, perfect, thank you, guys. Thanks a lot, Phil, and thank you for everybody coming. Yeah. Or, Phil, showing them off.
No, I want you to see them.
We wanted to show your backbones after this weekend.
Yeah.